You're clueless on defense in Madden 26. Even after the patch, you still can't get stops, you still can't get turnovers, nothing works for you on defense. But don't worry, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the best defense post-patch in Madden 26 so you can start using it online to get more stops and then win more games. I will warn you though, we're going to be talking about 3 critical components to this defense, and if you skip out on any of them, you're just running an incomplete scheme, and that's going to lose you games. I wouldn't want that to happen to you, so watch the video all the way to the end. Let's jump right into it. Alright, so let's jump right onto the field here, and to be honest, it's still the nickel wide defense, still my favorite defense here in this game, but honestly for different reasons here after the patch, because it did change some stuff. So for our coaching adjustments, our coach settings disabled on that defense motion response. Option key depends on who you're playing against. You're playing against mobile quarterback, guy who can run. Put this on conservative. Most of the time I have these both on aggressive though. This I want on aggressive, and then my zone drops. For this example, I'm just gonna put my curl flats on 5, like my safety depth on. I actually added a new one called loose. Haven't really tested it. I still think close is the best option so you don't get beat up the seam. But first we're going to start with our regular coverage defense, and it's just going to look something like this, a cover 3 cloud kind of defense here. And so always going to stand right here because later on in the video I'm going to be talking about run defense, and you want to give the illusion to the offense that you're ready to stop the run on every play. To me, that means standing right here, because if I see someone standing right here and I'm on offense, I don't really want to run inside zone. That's what we're going to do right here. But all I'm going to do, pretty much contain the quarterback, because I think contains are actually pretty good. I don't want to allow a quarterback like Jalen Hurts to just roll out and run all over my defense. Now, if he wants to roll out backwards, right, I mean, he can certainly do that. A guy like Jalen Hurts is going to be able to do that because of the speed that he has. But we're still going to spread our defensive line every play because, again, that's giving the illusion that we're setting up a blitz as well. So it's all about just confusing the offense, creating false hoods for them, false illusions. We contain the quarterback right here. This time you see he actually fumbles. Does it still buy them time when they have a mobile quarterback? That's what they're able to do. But you know, if you don't contain, or in previous versions of this game, they would just be able to take the snap and pretty much just do whatever they want. You see how when we don't have contains, they're just able to take off with their quarterback rather than, you know, they can only pretty much run behind the line of scrimmage. So that's a critical component to this coverage defense as well. But as far as just the back end coverage with our secondary, I mean, I think this is a pretty good coverage, right? You're playing against normal wide up close, for example, a very popular formation, although I feel like not enough people use it. But let's just say tight end was giving me a lot of trouble, right? Man up the tight end or cross man him, and then we're gonna route commit outside, and that guy's gonna do a pretty good job of taking him away. Then really, if we wanted to, we could put a hard flat on the field. I don't know, man. I think flats play so much tighter. Like, that is actually crazy, because when this game came out, a hard flat zone did not guard a table route. Like, he just gave it up for like 2-3 yards, which in my opinion is absolutely ridiculous. But now you see hard flat zone, they try to throw the table route, we were able to break it up. So always set it up the same. If you're going to play the coverage version, spread that line, contain the quarterback. And again, if we're trying to stop a corner route, we're going to route commit outside, with Roquan here. This time we're going to go ahead and take the snap, and you just see Roquan Smith. Great defense, gets a break, and honestly, tip interceptions. Are they back? I don't know. But that was a really good one that we're able to get right there, because he's able to do a great job in man coverage down the field. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, the route commit is one of the best ways to play defense in this game when you're running man coverage. And then you also see, you have the ability to switch stick multiple times if you need to. I chose not to on this play, but you switch to go onto this top safety, take away this backside dig, you switch onto this curl flat, take away this hitch, whatever you got to do. But honestly, this is pretty good coverage defense. Allows you have enough guys in coverage to be able to play really good pass defense with the switch stick, with cross manning, whatever you got to do. But then you're still able to contain a quarterback, which is something you really couldn't do before the patch. Alright, and so we really are going to be in this 3-3 single mug for this part of the video, the blitz aspect, because they actually low-key kind of ghost patch nickel wide. They made it to where you could double team those outside guys. And so, in my opinion, it's not as good. So now we're going to be back in the single mug, because I think the stunt is just already better. So if they're going to be able to double team, might as well run the better version of it. Now, you can still run the coverage defense from nickel wide because single mug really doesn't give you a lot of great play calls, just being honest here, besides, the ones you want to blitz out of. So I would run a playbook like Dolphins that has 3-3 single mug and nickel wide. But we go ahead and call Tampa 2, call our Texas four-man stunt, and they can set pass protection versus this stunt, okay? So that is a thing that they can do, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everyone's going to do it. We've talked about this blitz a lot so far this year. A lot of people have been running it. Boom, we take it, and hopefully maybe they ghost patch this too, but we're just gonna try to get this stunt to come in. Boom, take it again. There you go. Where they had to block their running back that time, and we're still just able to walk in free and then force the running back Saquon Barkley to have to pick that guy up. So it's all about just spreading that defensive line, pass committing, and you're just going to try to hover right over this center. No blitz is going to be 100% of the time, but you're able to see right there Kyle Van Noy walks in free. I think this is now the best stunt defense. Again, like I just said a couple minutes ago, you can double team the defensive ends out of this formation and nickel wide. So essentially they're equal on that level. But this stunt just seems to come in more. It's a little bit more consistent. It confuses the offensive line a bit better. And so you can see last two plays, Kyle Van Noy off that right edge is able to come in free. Now, if they go ahead and start setting pass protection for this, right, where they're going to double team one of the ends, they're going to ID the mic. What I would honestly do is there's two things I would try to do. So you can blitz your inside linebacker, and then you can open the subs menu, right? Do what basically Henry did in the kickoff challenge. We open the subs menu, we try to get off of him, we're switch sticking multiple times. You can see a little bit slow there on the contain, but we spread it again, we blitz, and we're gonna open that subs menu, we pass commit, right? And then you can see that time we're able to kind of loop around, get after the quarterback, bring him down. So honestly, that's a good option for you. Add that extra guy in protection if they're going to set pass protection themselves. But if they're going to set pass protection for one stunt, why don't you just call a different one? Why don't you just call the El Paso four-man, which is a different type of stunt? And from what I know, this stunt it's just different. I wouldn't necessarily say it's better, but versus the pass protection that they end up using a lot of the time, just kind of a stunt. It's just really what it is. We confuse the center. They're blocking their running back. This is 6 against 4, and we get a guy to come in free a little late, but still good enough because you can't really expect anything more, like just being real. That's the beauty about stunts, is they're confusing. They confuse the line. This guy's in a block with 68, and then 68 just lets him go. 51's supposed to pick him up, he doesn't, and then he just lets him walk in free. That's just a really good stunt to counter the Texas format if they're going to set pass protection again. I wouldn't use that if they don't set pass protection, but when they do, which is pretty much going to be inevitable if you're playing a good player, mix in some different stunts, but also mix in the coverage defense, because if they're going to be double teaming guys, that's going to create one-on-ones for other people, and sometimes even with a four-man rush can absolutely, like you just saw, cause havoc for the offense. All right, so what's a good scheme? We got to top it off with some run defense, right? So again, like I said earlier, all we're trying to do right here is stand about right here with our user. You can call any defense, really. We always talk about how cover 4 defenses are the best defenses stop the run, but you can see, boom, that was just a regular cover 3, just running through the gap, right? It's all about where you're standing. You can see where I was standing right there. You can see I have a cover 4 defense called in this play, and then boom, I think the CPU just spun, bro. I don't think I did that. But you could just kind of see how my user standing right here, just far enough off the line of scrimmage, about like 4.5, 5 yards off the ball. 56 doesn't even see me. And by the time he does recognize me, I'm already past him. I'm already at a great angle to just bring down the running back, Saquon Barkley. This is easy run defense, right? And it's why it really just is sad when people tell me, hey, I struggle stopping the run, because I just feel like if you just sat in practice mode and just practice that right there, or not really that, but just stopping the run with your user, shooting through the gap. And again, it's not every time like you just saw, but the benefit of being a cover 4 defense actually is that a lot of time your team's able to rally down and make plays for you. So I would say that that's really the main benefit, and you have to, I mean, that's why it's so good. You can see right there, boom. I kind of missed the gap shoot. Really, I forced him to go a different direction, which is sometimes good enough. But it's all about practice. Again, standing about right here, right over the guy, and there you go. Just walk in and just smack Saquon Barkley. So run defense, honestly, pretty simple. Standing over that right guard about 5 yards back, and then running through that gap. Again, that was a good pre-patch. It was good in Madden 25, 24, whatever it is. That's how you always stop the run. EA's not going to change anything about it. Cover 4 defenses give you really good run fits for your CPU defenders, and then it just makes it even easier for your user controlled defender to just run in through this gap, because again, the offensive line, because you're standing too far back, they don't recognize you, and then you're just able to come in and smack the ball carrier right in the face. So that was the complete guide to how to play defense post-patch. Again, Dolphins playbook or any defense that has nickel wide, nickel single mug, stopping the run, containing the quarterback, playing coverage defense, blitzing him, whatever you got to do, it's in this video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Comment down below what other videos you guys want to see next. But if you want to learn how to run the best offense of the game from #1 ranked Henry that won him the championship belt, click on this video right here. It's been BLT, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.